Hi, this is Terri. Welcome back to my channel. As we continue in the conversations around midlife opportunities, there's a chapter in my book, Piloting Your Life, on sex and relationships. And since last week was all about sex, I thought we'd tie in the topic of relationships. A lot of us, when we hit midlife, and for me, I'm 50, and midlife right now is solidly between 40 and 65, we may start to question who we are in the world and who we are in our relationships. And it's totally common. It also is triggered by the fact that our kids if you had kids, our kids tend to get older. They need us a lot less. And we start to wonder about who we are in the world as we let go of some of those responsibilities and expectations. And my husband and I are no different. We have an opportunity to really focus on who we are in the world and who we are as Zeke and Terri 5.0. For some of you who don't know, we met when we were 10. We went together in the 8th grade, so that was 1.0. We dated when we were 20. We dated when we were 24. We got together and got married when we were 25, 26. And now at 50, we have Zeke and Terri 5.0. Perfect alignment with Terri 5.0, since I'm just about to turn 50 come April, and my husband is 51. And it's really interesting.
You're not about to turn 50.
51.
51.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm 50. I'm about to turn 51. But
you said you're about to turn 50.
Okay, thank you for correcting that.
Sorry, I was just making sure I knew how old you were because I thought
COVID, we're all just kind of resetting. But in taking a look at some of the expectations associated with the terms husband and wife and marriage back in 1995, 1996, and then looking at where we are in the 21st century, I really have to thank the LGBTQ plus community for the concept of partners. And that's one of the ways that we are really looking at being partners in each other's lives, partners in parenting, partners in so many different aspects, and looking for ways to redefine what it means to be, Zeke and Terri in 2021 and moving forward. I read a book called The New I Do back in October, and what was great about it is it talked about the way that we can define our marriages, partnerships, and define expectations around that and recommit over time. But what it didn't talk about is what happens if you've been together, in our case, almost 25 years. How do you redefine when you have so much history, and perhaps some of the stuff that you had at the very beginning as individuals just never fully got resolved. And I see midlife as a perfect opportunity to go through and throw off societal expectations, throw off whatever the norms are, to be able to really create what it is that works for us. And that's exactly what it is that we're doing. We don't know. We're just not going to be shackled to expectations as we really define what it is that we want as individuals and as a couple moving forward. So really fascinating opportunity. And if you have ideas on what you've seen out there, please send those resources my direction, because it's once again, it's a fascinating opportunity to experiment, explore, and create something that really works for us, regardless of what society dictates or has demanded in the past that we have potentially fallen into. And I think one of the other things, since Zeke stayed home for 12 years, we had a flip in the gender roles. And I don't think we fully addressed that, or really had a society that was really supportive or ready for it. If we talk in terms of masculine and feminine energy and roles, and that's something else that we continue to talk about and explore, once again, as individuals and as partners in our life. So I'm really curious, for any of you who are close to my age or Zeke's age, how have you changed in the last 25 years, and how has that changed how you've shown up not only individually but in your relationships? I'm really kind of curious to hear what your experience has been. I'm all about learning from other people and hearing what's working for folks and what's not, and seeing if the labels have affected you the way the labels have potentially affected us. Once again, it's a fascinating experiment for us in 2021 as we are looking, I'm looking for 2022 to be the year of Terri Unleashed. as I define who Terri is, Terri 5.0 is moving forward. So coming up in Saturday's video, we're recording this on Sunday for the week because Zeke and Finn are heading up to Tahoe for a couple of days and we're getting these out of the way. I'm going to be talking about defining what it is that we want and specifically how hard it is for me to define what I want without taking into account what everybody else wants first and figuring out how to navigate that. And I think that really ties into Terri 5.0 and Zeke and Terri 5.0 as we are moving forward. Super fun stuff. And massive opportunities for change and growth, which I'm really excited about. And with that, anything I missed? Fantastic. Finn wants to get stuff going so they can get off to Tahoe. And with that, let go of perfection, take some risks, and above all else, have some fun.